Good morning, friends. You're listening to Virgin Breakfast with Sam and Amy. And boys and girls, please put your hands together and welcome to the show, Guy Garvey.
Woo.
Thank you.
Good morning, Guy.
Look at that. I told you I was going to bring it up. Look at that beard.
I don't know if you should go straight in with this.
Why can't? Can I go straight in with beard chat, Guy?
I do not mind beard admiration chat.
He's got real beard envy, Guy.
Oh, really?
No, I have. Can I ask you this question? How does having a beard make you feel as a man?
More of a man. It makes me feel more of a man. I don't know. I've had it since I could do it.
How old? Were you one of those kids that was like 12 with a beard?
No. There was a lad called Sean McGovern who was very hairy. And I was so envious. As soon as I could, I did.
Yeah.
And I think I've had a naked chin since I was 14, maybe once for one of my sister's weddings. And I just look bizarre.
I think you're an original beard guy. You know, some people sort of about the last 3 years went, oh, beards are trendy.
The
but
Shoreditch
I feel like
beard.
you've been
Shoreditch beard,
East London beard.
Yes.
But I feel like you've been like a beard crusader from the start.
Yeah, well, I don't begrudge anybody a beard. I think it softens the face and gives you something to stroke. It's a prop to pretend you're wise with.
Yes.
So, because what I'm thinking of doing, because you can see here, despite being 42 years old, I can't grow beard here, but you can get beard transplants in... I believe it's Hungary. And I'm thinking
sounds legit.
It does.
Hungarian beard transplant.
Shall I get one? Yeah,
sounds like an amazing prog rock group.
Doesn't it?
Hungarian tonight. Yes. Hungarian beard transplant.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my plan. Guy, we're really thrilled. I'm super thrilled to have you in because my dad, John, who will mean nothing to you or anybody listening, is 74 years old, and he has been exposed to, obviously over the decades, some of the greatest bands of all time, including the Beatles and the Stones. He loves Cliff Richard, he loves Queen, but his favourite song of all time is One Day Like This. It's his favourite song of all time.
Oh, I'm honoured. Thank you, John.
Well, he'll be thrilled to even hear you say that. I mean, but it's an epic song, and is it fair to say that it was a real not that you needed a gear change, but a gear change for you guys?
Yeah, totally. It was actually, I have to be honest about this, prompted by the head of our record label, David Joseph. When we signed to Fiction Records, which is our third record deal, because we've been around for a while, we delivered The Seldom Seen Kid, and he gave me a ring and he said, this is a brilliant record, and if you tell me it's finished, we'll make you proud, but have you got another tune in you? You know, something that might sit well at radio. And given that the rest of the album had taken 2.5 years to write, I said, well, we'll give it a whirl, but I'm not so sure. But I think having the new deal and having the support of a new record label, and also I was in New Love as well at the time, it just came together in one of those perfect storm kind of things. We've tried to replicate the conditions, but it's one of those songs. Yeah. It's once in a lifetime.
Is it one of those songs that people come up to you and go, oh, that was my wedding song?
Yeah.
And that, because my friend walked up the aisle to it, and it was, an incredible moment.
Well, I have to say that is like most weeks somebody will stop me and say that, which I think is just, it's an ambition we didn't know we had, really. Yeah. It's such a lovely thing to be part of people's special day sort of thing.
But I suppose that's why with the Best Of album that's out now, that's so good, because someone might have only discovered you guys with that song and now they can get this, and you made me feel a bit better actually, because I know that you said a Best Of album is a great way of introducing people to music they might not have heard previously.
Yeah.
And you said that's how you discovered Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
And that's how I discovered Fleetwood Mac and other bands that like my dad listened to but weren't my generation, but you always feel a bit like a cheat.
Yeah.
Like that's not how you should be discovering them.
No, totally. It's not seen as a proper record a lot
cool,
of the time, isn't it? But I mean, Leonard Cohen was somebody who I came to through his Best Of, and it's still my favourite Leonard Cohen record. And it's the only record of his where the sleeve notes have him talking about each song and about what they meant to him and stuff like that.
Great.
So, there is a weird snobbery surrounding him. And it was fun to put together, but I'm really chuffed we've done it.
Did it make you sort of look back, retrospectively and go, wow, we did a lot, we've won a lot of awards, we've, done really well, and do you have that kind of moment? Is it quite strange?
Oh, you're lovely, Amy, bringing all this stuff up. Thank you so much.
Want me to list any of the awards? Or?
No,
Where are your awards, by the way? Where do you keep them? Like in a toilet?
our manager has most of them to stop the four of us these days squabbling.
Oh no!
So he's got most of them in his office, which is fine. He's
Do
a
you
member.
not buy
of the
more? Because we two have won many.
They are not Mercury Music Prize awards.
And you can buy, we can buy them. So
Buy
although we only
extras.
get one, Amy and I have both spent at least £100 on new awards.
I think we've done that once or twice, but generally speaking, we just we know they are somewhere. The Mercury Award went to the mother of our friend Brian Glancy, who is the seldom seen kid that the title refers to. He very sadly died 11 years ago. So the album was written in the wake of that, and quite a lot of the songs pertain to that. So it seemed right that his mother had the Mercury, and it sits on her mantelpiece in Prestwich.
Right.
She goes, I'm the only Jewish mother in Prestwich with a Mercury Prize on my mantelpiece.
Oh, that is lovely. That is a good, because because kind of having them lined up in your lounge might feel a little bit
People do
embarrassing.
funny things with gold discs and awards. In fact, there's a short documentary on it. We must be able to do this. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
So, for instance, the first guy ever to sign Elbow is a guy called Nick Angel, who these days is in film music, and he's still involved with our publishing. He's our very good friend. Me and Phil had been to every major radio record company office that day in London, touting our wares, waving our discs. And everywhere we went, the walls were plastered in gold discs and awards and things. Nick's were lined up, still in the paper, leaning against his sofa. So they were still there to say, look, I've had a lot of success.
Right.
But he was obviously too busy to hang them.
Ah,
you know what I mean?
They're just, he just knows. Because I've seen something where, footballers, I'm throwing you under the bus, but you often see they go into like their snooker room. It's just all their shirts and their awards. And you think, do you just walk in there and just go, look at me, I'm great. I did this.
Yeah.
It's a bit...
It's exactly what I would do if I was a footballer.
Yeah,
I put mine. My old house in North Manchester, where I lived before I got married. My writing room was at the top, on the top floor. I had them just approaching the writing room, so you wouldn't come across them in daily use of the house. But going up to do some work, you go, yeah, all right, I can do this.
Quite inspirational.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, talking writing music, obviously, often inspiration comes from personal experience, and you've just had you've had a son 6 months ago?
8 months ago now.
8 months ago.
Yeah. Time flight. That's right.
Jack
Sterling Garvey.
Oh, great. Strong name, that.
How you getting? How's things going with Jack Sterling Garvey?
He's just amazing. He's like, he really likes me and his mum, which is great.
It's always a bonus.
And he's sitting up. That's his latest thing.
Oh.
And he's rocking to music, and he's just a joy bag. He's absolutely great.
What kind of music does he rock to? Do you only play your music, or will you
No.
expose him? This is what you like.
Yeah, this is good music.
Well, no, it's I literally got a video message from his mum a few minutes ago of him rocking out to Supermassive Black Hole by Muse.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so he likes that.
Wow.
It's what he doesn't like that shocks me. It's like he doesn't like Led Zeppelin, and I can't put my finger on it because that's quite an important one.
Yeah.
But he really loves Joni Mitchell, and he really loves R.E.M. And I was thinking maybe it was only a beat thing with him being a baby, but there's not many beats on Automatic for the People.
Right.
But he loves it. He's well into his R.E.M.
My 3-year-old niece, I had a video yesterday. She's a big fan of Noel Gallagher's latest Holy Mountain.
It's a tune.
So that is a tune. So that's quite a good one for the age groups. Speaking of tunes, you're obviously you've covered the Golden Slumbers for the John Lewis advert.
Yeah, that was nice.
So how does that come about? Do they come to you and go, we'd like you to do a song, or do they... What's the whole process?
John Lewis himself appeared at my bedroom window.
Did he?
Good old John.
No, it was like somebody got in touch and said, we've got Michelle Gondry doing the ad. We're thinking of using this song. Can we hear how you do it? We demoed it. So I presume they had a few people demo for it. And very charming for us. They liked our version. I mean, it's such a lovely thing to be involved with. It's somebody saying, you can't really go wrong. It's an amazing song that everybody loves singing, that knows it. And so it was just dead flattering to be involved.
Yeah.
And our best of record was going to be out next March. And then we thought, well, this might lead people to our stuff. This could be really useful for getting some new ears, because that's all you really want as a musician. You want people to hear your stuff.
And flog loads of albums on the bill at Christmas.
Flog loads of albums coming to Christmas.
More money to spend on Jack.
Yeah. You just hear sleigh bells and laughter coming from my bedroom.
Are you a massive Christmas fan? Are you a real or fake Christmas tree kind of guy?
I don't know. When I was a young man, I used to churlishly dismiss Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah, and I remember once sort of telling all my family and all my friends, look, I'm just not doing Christmas this year. And then I spent Christmas on my own with a bottle of Jameson's and the Manson album.
Wow.
And it was
a dark
so
Christmas.
depressing. Yeah, so I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah, you can embrace now.
I was a bit too serious as well.
I mean, Jack, so I'm thinking Jack sitting up there, he probably won't really get what's going on, but you can still put a hat on him and take lots of cute photos.
Cute outfits.
Yeah.
And you know what, though? Glittery things and lights and balloons, that's all he's about.
Yeah.
He loves that stuff.
And other than your own, do you have like a favourite Christmas song? Or are there any that you just despise when you hear?
Some of the sort of more repetitive, annoying ones, I live without.
Yeah.
I think Fairy Tale in New York, which is everybody's favourite. I mean, that is just an amazing song.
It's hard to beat.
You look at it and you've got Shane MacGowan, Kirsty MacColl, and Ewan MacColl, her dad, who's like one of our greatest ever songwriters. 3 amazing songwriters on one tune. It's going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny enough, never been covered, has it?
You would be
Really?
the bravest.
You'd never do it, would you?
Cover
You
that.
can't. Too much personality in it.
Yeah, that's
isn't
right.
there?
No, exactly. Coming up then in part 2 with Guy, you're going to find out something about Guy Garvey that you may not know, but when you know this about him, especially considering their success, it will blow your mind about music. It's next on part 2 with Guy Garvey. Boys and girls, if you just joined us on the show, this is Virgin Breakfast with Sam and Amy, and Guy Garvey's with us.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
So, Guy, something that I found out about you whilst researching for this chat was that you can neither write or read music.
No, I can't. Neither could Paul McCartney.
Right. Okay. Well, I've just learned that today as well. So, how on earth do you learn? How do you perform? How do you learn to write a song if you don't know how to physically write the notes?
I learned to write songs from a guy called Alan Hibbard, who was my pal at Sixth Form College, just before I met the rest of the band. And all you have to do is do it. That's kind of it. You sort of make a noise that you like, and then think, what do I want to hear next? And then the rest is practice.
But then, how do you give it to the rest of the band to practice when they're not with you?
Well, we all write the music together, generally speaking, but I'll sing a melody onto my phone and send it to Craig or Mark or Pete, and they'll find the melody on their instrument, or I can put chords together by the notes, sing the notes in the chord and things like that, and I can hold a lot of different melodies at once in my head, I suppose, if that's a bonus. But really, you can learn it. Anyone can learn it. I think the only difference is that I really, really, really wanted to do it.
Right.
So.
I mean, it's not quite the same level, but I've made up some songs in the past, and I can't read music.
Of course, yeah.
So,
Brilliant. Can you give us a couple of titles?
There was one about a boy from school called Stefan Crockett, but I don't want to. It was like, Stefan Crockett, you are so fine. I want to tell the world, want to make you mine. And then it went on. Oh, I don't want to sing anymore.
Is
that good?
That is a hit.
I should. What if
Don't
Guy
sing anymore
steals
because
it?
Elbow will steal it.
He will steal
Yeah,
it.
Stefan Crockett is a great name as well.
Isn't it?
Isn't it just? Yeah. We actually, his actual name was Stephen Crockett, and we made it Stefan Crockett to disguise it.
It's a little
So,
more exotic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit more exotic.
My real name's Gary Gravy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gravy's a good
great
name.
Guy,
Sam Sausage.
I want to congratulate you with the way you dealt with a streaker on stage.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. It was only this summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't see this, a streaker leapt on stage, and what they always did, they always manhandle them a bit too much, and they're always a bit aggressive with them, and they're never doing any harm, are they? They're just feeling a bit free. And so Guy did the honourable thing and started dancing with him.
I did, and I copped a feel while I was there.
Yes, I think it was a bottom
cracked his
grab.
bum.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It was literally to prevent the security from squishing him.
I know.
And to be fair to the security, they spend their life worried, security guards, because they've got to be, ready for anything to happen. Add to that the adrenaline of being in front of 60,000 people, that's how many people there was at the festival.
Yeah.
And it's like, all that adrenaline and a number of security guards, he would have been an absolute stain. They would have squashed him.
Yeah, they would.
So I thought, for his personal safety, it would be better if I danced with him while they had a bit of time to think.
Yeah.
And then I thought it might be quite funny to feel his bum while I was up there.
Yeah. It sort of dissolves the situation and the anger, doesn't it?
I just want to reiterate, though, that I don't want to encourage it
Oh,
as
do
a
you not?
pursuit.
Oh, that's a shame.
I
That's
thought maybe Guy Garvey's like a secret, nudist.
Yeah.
Is it naturist or naturalist? I forget.
naturist.
Naturist,
yeah.
Well, I think there's a naturist in all of us. My
Yes.
son certainly prefers being naked. He gets really freaked out when you try and dress him.
Was it the first time you'd had a naked man in your arms?
Apart from my son.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to rock and roll myth.
Yes. We recently had a chat with Noel Gallagher, and we were chatting to him about snacks. Just very quickly, he was big on Wotsits. I think the actual line was, "If you don't like a Wotsit, you've got no soul." Is there a snack of choice for Guy Garvey?
Oh, now then, yes.
What do you go for?
Anything involving Marmite, all those Marmite flavoured things.
What are those
That's
healthy Marmite
controversial.
ones called? You know, the discs of rice.
Oh, they're delicious.
They are delicious.
Yeah.
Dunk those in some hummus,
That's
friend.
not sweet.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, it's very middle class.
Lost me, Guy. I don't know what to say to that.
Are you not a fan of the Marmite?
No, I'm not. I don't mind a Twiglet. I can handle a
Well,
Twiglet.
that's as Marmite as they come.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have it in its pure form.
Okay.
So just Twiglet would suffice, but I can't handle the actual Marmite. I'm a
You've
hater.
just not had it right.
Do you think?
Yeah, you need to sort of let your toast sit for a second so that it's not too squishy. Just a slather of butter and then a waft of Marmite.
Okay.
And you're there.
Maybe ease myself in somehow with
Yeah.
the Marmite. I'll give it a go.
Or just, avoid it.
Yeah, I don't need it in my life, do I? It's
Do you
not
know what it
essential.
is?
What? Marmite?
It's a brewing byproduct. It's a beer brewing byproduct.
Is it?
Specifically from Marsden's Brewery in Marsden. And I know this because Elbow made a beer for a couple of years.
You made a beer for a couple of years. Like
Yeah, we sort of branded a beer that Marsden's made. And we did a couple of beers, actually, with a couple of different breweries. But we got a guided tour of Marsden's Brewery. And it is brewing byproduct sludge.
I'm definitely not eating
They
it.
scrape it from the bottom of a barrel when it's finished.
The genius of this, right? So it's like somebody goes, what should we do with all this sticky, brown, useless sludge?
Yeah.
Try it on toast.
Put it on toast.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love it.
And arguably more successful than the beer.
Yeah.
Gavin, my radio associate, looks incredulous at this information. I saw him then. He was like, is he talking nonsense?
Just made this up.
I do actually talk nonsense with authority, but that's because I think it's true.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's true.
We'll take it.
Sounds true to me.
Yeah.
Well, look, the album is The Best Of is out now. You can get it. Elbow's Best Of album. What an absolute pleasure. Boys and girls, Guy Garvey.
Thank you so much.
Virgin Breakfast with Sam and Amy. Okay, a very special moment now. Guy Garvey, frontman of Elbow, is here in the studio. Morning, Guy.
Morning.
He's about to take part in our 1K Q&A, which is when we ask you 10 questions in 60 seconds. And Guy, you don't win £1,000 because you're a bisquillionaire rock star.
Multi-billion squillionaire.
That's right. We are going to give you a Virgin Radio mug.
Which money cannot buy.
Exactly.
It really can't, actually.
10 questions on music.
You can pass,
Okay.
and I can go back to that.
And I've got 60 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready? Here we
Yes.
go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Which band featured Hooky on bass guitar?
New Order.
Which year did the Beach Boys release Pet Sounds?
69.
Who is the frontman with The Cure?
Dr. Robert Smith.
Which band released the albums Goat's Head Soup and Beggar's Banquet?
It'll come to me in a minute.
How many members of Muse are there?
3.
Name the first 2 Oasis albums.
Definitely Maybe, and the one with the Rolls Royce in the swimming pool. No.
Which British guitarist is nicknamed Slowhand?
Clapton.
Name the Killers' debut album.
Nope.
With which American band would you associate?
Mr. Brightside?
With which American band would you associate Julian Casablancas and Albert Hammond
The
Jr.?
Strokes.
Which song opens with these lyrics? Once there was a way to get homewards.
Golden Slummers by the
well
Beagles.
Done, Guy Garvey. We've got time to go back.
10 seconds.
Which band released the albums Goat's Head Soup and Beggar's Banquet?
The Stones.
Yes. And name the Killers' debut album. Another
2,
guess.
Murder.
Time up. There we go. Time up. How many?
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7. 7, Guy
Can I still have the
Garvey.
mug?
Well done.
So you got the year wrong for the Beach Boys. That was 66. It was definitely Maybe. You got that one, but it was What's the Story? Morning Glory was the
Course it
second
was.
Oasis. And Hot Fuss was the Killers album.
Hot Fuss.
Hot Fuss.
Yeah.
I won't remember that. I won't forget that.
No.
Of course we'll give you a Virgin Radio mug. We'll sort
Let's
What
throw one in,
what a
shall we?
pleasure.
That generous.
Guy Garvey, well done, lovely.
Cheers.